Interview prep becomes significantly easier when you understand your personnel. Preparing for an interview with a recruiter is different from preparing for an interview with the hiring manager, is different from preparing for a panel. The recruiter is likely checking for five things. Can you do the job on paper? Are you a communication risk in front of the hiring manager? Are you inside the salary band? Do the logistics work? And are you genuinely interested? Understanding what the recruiter is after helps to put the prep into perspective. The other thing to keep in mind is that unless you are interviewing with a big company, chances are the recruiter is not a subject matter expert in your function. They're working from a list of requirements that someone else has handed them. So, speaking in jargon and acronyms is the quickest way to lose a recruiter during your screen. All right, so go ahead and grab your notebook and pen because in this video, you'll learn what you should do before the interview, what the recruiter will likely ask, what you should ask them, and common mistakes to avoid. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's dive into the 7 things you should do before the interview. First, pull the 5 to 6 must haves out of the job description. Here's the thing, job descriptions these days have a lot of words, a whole lot of words. If you know, you know. It is important that you read through that job description in that sea of words and discern what truly are the 5 to 6 must haves for this role. Number two, learn the company in 3 sentences. If you cannot explain what they do simply, you don't understand it well enough, period. So I want you to challenge yourself once you do your research to uncover what they do. Make sure that you understand who they serve and how they make money because at the end of the day, they are hiring for a role where they are hoping that you can come in and help serve their customers and help their business make more money. Number three, look up the recruiter. Know who you are about to be interviewing with. That can hopefully help to relieve some of the stress that you're feeling if you see, oh, this is a real person who has a real career history just like me. Just understanding that they really are a human being on the other side just goes a long way. Number four, know your resume cold. You should know your resume like the back of your hand. You would be surprised the number of people who allow AI to generate their resume or they have someone write their resume for them and then they're asked about direct experience on their resume and they stumble over their words. They are unable to articulate a cohesive thought about something that they've put in their key accomplishment sections. Don't do that. Don't do that. Make sure that you know everything that is on your resume and you are able to speak to it intelligently. Number five, build a brief answer to tell me about yourself. The emphasis here is on brief. This should be 90 seconds or less. If you look up and 3 minutes later, you are still rambling, basically in your second job out of college, just throw the whole interview away. Number six, have your target salary answer ready. Don't stumble over it. State it confidently. Make sure that you have a reason to justify what you are asking for, and let that be that. I will create a separate video talking about how to answer the question about salary expectations. But for the sake of this video, just make sure that you have your answer ready. Okay, so last but certainly not least, prepare the logistics answers. Every recruiter is likely going to ask you about your ability to come into the office if it is a hybrid role. They'll also be looking for details about when you can potentially start and things like that. So have those answers ready. And if you're wondering what answers should I prepare, don't worry, I got you. This slide covers 8 questions that the recruiter will likely ask. First, they're going to want you to walk them through your background. Then they're going to want to know why you are looking for a new role. 3, they're going to want to know why this role caught your eye in particular. 4, they'll probably probe a little deeper to see what you're looking for in your next position to make sure that aligns with what this role actually can offer. 5, they're going to want to know what your salary expectations are. So, as I mentioned on the previous slide, make sure that you have that answer ready and say it confidently. 6, they're going to want to know when you can start. 7, they're going to ask you if you're interviewing elsewhere. And if you've been tuning into my how to series, you know that this is because they want to gauge where you are and if you might potentially be getting a compete offer, because then that might change the way that they've slated their interview process. And last but certainly not least, they're going to want you to tell them about your experience with specific must haves from the job description. This goes back to my point on the last slide. Please know the top 5 to 6 must have so then you can understand what might those questions be. Where might they be looking to go deeper into your experience in order to understand how well of a fit you are for this particular role? Okay, so now I want to walk you through some mistakes to avoid, and most of these should come as no surprise. As a matter of fact, I've already hinted to several of them throughout this video, but let's just go through it. So, first, treating it casually because it's just a recruiter. The recruiter is literally your gateway to the hiring manager and to securing this new role. You need to come prepared and ready to impress. Number two, I can't overstate this, but please stop rambling through tell me about yourself. Practice it. You don't want to sound rehearsed, but 90 seconds or less. Again, if you literally pull up a stopwatch and test yourself out, see, how long am I going when I answer this question for fake? Know that if in your practice you can't get your answer to be under 90 seconds, when you're live on this call, it's not going to be under 90 seconds. So practice, give it a try, make sure that you keep it brief. Number 3, do not use acronyms and internal jargon from your current company. I guarantee you that that is the quickest way to lose a recruiter's attention. They have no clue what you are talking about. And so imagine trying to tell a story with someone who is speaking a different language, just lacing it throughout, right? Like they are talking English 1 second and then the next second something else, right? Gibberish. That is essentially what you are doing if you are using acronyms and internal jargon from your current company. Number 4, don't criticize your current employer even mildly. I don't care if they are the worst employer in the world. That has no place coming up as a part of your interview. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Number 5, do not dodge the salary question more than once. Again, please come prepared with your target salary and say it confidently. I'm going to make sure that I am quick on that other video so I can show you all exactly how to do this to make sure that you're not selling yourself short and you are setting yourself up for success. Okay, and the 6th and final mistake to avoid, please do not end that call without knowing the next steps and your timeline. If you watch my other video about how to follow up after an interview, I talk about the importance of getting that information at the close of your previous interview to make it easy to follow up as you move on to subsequent interviews. So do not get off that call without a clear understanding of the next steps and when you should hear back. All right, so I hope that this video helped you to feel more confident as you enter your next recruiter screen. If you found it helpful, please be sure to subscribe and comment below to let me know what other how-to videos would be helpful in your job search. Until next time, friends.